Welcome to Get Serious. I know the last couple of episodes were just naturally a bit more of downers dealing with, brewing potential legal situations. That was kind of poor sound effect there. You got to try things as it were. But in the meantime, like I've still just been showing up to work with just such continued energy and verve. Plus, it's just the habit of just showing up and knowing, you got to work hard for the best results possible in the industry, especially when market's just tougher. You got to really grind it out as needed here. But, even in the midst of like some of these challenging stuff, again, like there's few things, if anything, more energy draining than having to deal with legal stuff. But there's so many other things that are just exciting me more for the future of this business and just being an operator in general. Sometimes I would ask myself, you had, some time machine situation. You could go back, I don't know, 5, 10 years, 15, 20 years, even, I don't know, pick it. And you could make some investments or whatever, and you could live your life in a different way, or just hey, I know these assets are going to go this way, and just I don't know, make yourself a multimillionaire, billionaire, whatever. Would you really take that trade at the moment? Like if that was actually sitting in front of you hypothetically, I really don't think that I would do that at this point. Maybe it was like 6 months, like a shorter time period, but not years ago. Like when we're at such the cusp of this just growing AI movement, like the most exciting technology maybe in the history of mankind. Would you really want to separate yourself and just kind of have to sit with way worse technology, even for potentially years, to come back to this? Even if you could enrich yourself, or I don't know, make different choices and have less regrets or anything. To me, even if you took that trade of going back in the time machine, I think you'd almost immediately regret it. And that's what I kind of think of just from, a thought experiment on just how exciting of a time we are today. Like almost every day, there's just something new and a new breakthrough that just makes me more and more invigorated to want to grow further and just boost productivity to the next level here. And so that's what kind of keeps me energized and just showing up day after day, because I'm just the better I get at this, you can chew up, build such a moat around yourself and gain so much ground on other competitors or other business operators that are not utilizing this properly, because you can just enhance your productivity at such just an incredible rate. And previously really difficult items are just way simpler to knock out now. Like I've been in the entrepreneurship space 10-ish some odd years in varying capacity, mostly full-time for about 10 years, roughly. And some of the mid 2010s, some of the stuff that we had to do was just, it was so manual. And even then, we were in a pretty tech forward society. When I was learning from one of my mentors with the Ask method, I'm going to be at his mastermind again in Vermont this September, to try to figure out market research and so forth. And it was just we would try to pick out a new market by looking at various Amazon reviews and figuring out, okay, what are people complaining about products in this particular market? And then you got to log it all in an Excel sheet and try to piece it out by yourself. Now AI could just do that, or AI agents, N8N or various Zapier flows could just handle that without a human needing to touch it at all anymore. It's just so much more automated, and you could do it across a multitude of markets, or 10 at once if you wanted to. For instance, if you set up your systems, it's so much better. And, for some of these other things, just laughing at myself, I was procrastinating for ages, months, really, in reality, to send out, the first email to my, land pricer email list. And, again, because the first iteration of the product just wasn't received very well. And now I'm just, oh man, maybe we missed the mark. we're about to finally launch like the new version. Like, is it going to fall flat on its face again? Like, I just had all these worries, and I just like, okay, put all my thoughts into Claude and figured out, hey, I need to come up with like the email launch strategy here. And again, if you don't do your homework and your really take your time to build out your custom instructions and your project knowledge and orient AI to really work for your voice and your company's guidelines, it's going to work way less effectively. So again, credit to Callan's Accelerate to Automate program. Couldn't recommend it highly enough. Like, we built out these really sophisticated Claude projects that have so much background info on how we operate that it's just way easier to align to my voice and what exactly we're looking to do, and just understands the needs of the business. Plus, I'm just a better, prompt engineer anyway within AI. Pretty soon, AI is going to be able to do that by itself. But for the time being, we will still do that as humans here. And so I could just give it like my whole, just situation and the emotional, just issues. And it's just like, dude, you are just way overthinking this. Like, send the damn email, man. What? Again, if a human talks to you like that, that would be just a more challenging situation. Like, you're just more likely to get defensive. And it can happen with AI too, but I was just able to kind of more laugh at myself instead, because, man, I've just built the AI to act this way toward me, because just kind of kick me in the butt and like realize, okay, I can just set this up and it already knows, hey, here's the context of your business and what you want to say. Like, here's a good first email you can send based on what you're saying. And yeah, of course, you got to personalize, adjust accordingly, which, I spend a lot of time with, adjusting the copy. But it really gives me a solid game plan, and it's also a good, copy editor after I get the initial draft done, to figure out, is there anything I can kind of tweak as far as potential performance. And it sets up a whole game plan for an email launch strategy, cadence to hit, so we can just kind of line up, the anticipated release of this product. So it's just so much simpler to get this going. And, even the underlying tech, like using MailChimp and so forth, like authenticating domains and all that, it's way simpler. I remember having to do this 10 years ago, and it was just so much more difficult to do. So like, everything has just gotten simpler as an entrepreneur to actually get things done. And same with, other pieces of the business that we need to build out. Yeah, I need to get a lead magnet done. But again, I have all of kind of the core content, what we're trying to accomplish as a business, but I have the AI to help, draft the game plan for it. And then there's also techniques to use the proper design, and, kind of get that implemented, so that we can just directly insert it into, the anticipated sales funnel. Like, all of these core problems that, used to be just so, tricky to figure out from a technical level, or even just like a content generation or just planning, or even best practices especially, because now you can just operate at, like the highest level possible, because you just have, what the best operators in the world in whatever industry are doing, and you can consult, Alex Hormozzi's and Scott Galloway's, et cetera, to figure out, okay, what do I need to do to market this properly, in order to get the best conversions by people who have already done this very successfully in the past. So it just gives me so much more excitement and empowerment to both become more productive on my own end, plus empower my team to get a lot more done too. Because we realize, even in some lean times, we're really trying to ensure we're staying, again, under budget, but still performing at the highest level possible. Like, it's just every single day, there's just more breakthroughs, and realizing, I'm still feel like I'm only on step one of becoming like a true AI implementer expert, as an operator of a business. And there's just like so many other things that I have that I want to implement. And I've seen some other builders especially using some of the AI agent technology. Again, agent gets thrown around a lot, but when you do it properly, there's some really significant things you can do from a lead gen and a sales perspective that I think we can certainly implement on both the funding business and land pricers. So I'm just very excited for the chance to steadily get there. So again, that's just really to share some of my excitement and like actual ground level on how I'm implementing it. So, oh yeah, just AI, whatever. Like I'm always trying to share, okay, how we're actually driving real results and building actual things that are being sent out to live people, and helping us run our business instead of just fluff that's not actually going anywhere, or not driving the needle in any capacity. So that is the name of the game there. There's a lot of hype, but when you really use this thing for the maximum potential, the sky is the limit. So hopefully this one was a more optimistic setup compared to the the legal problems I've had to discuss the last couple episodes. Again, not my fault, but it is my problem, so just got to solve it. SeriousLand.capital for any of your funding needs, Land Daily Diligence Facebook group, zero cost review of your land deals, and LandPricer.ai, building the most reliable land pricing tool on the market, which I just talked about here today. Subscribe and share. Excited to talk to you all next time. Take care. Bye.